See Suarez hanging tough on the outside. William Byron really, caution flag already. Myatt Snyder, the 22 truck, is around making his Truck Series debut.
Oh, what a heartbreaker for Myatt Snyder.
That's not a heartbreaker, it's just a disappointment, man. It's heartbreaker to be torn to pieces. Looks like he's going to drive away and be able to regroup and go at it again.
Check in with our pit reporters, beginning with Caitlin.
Well, looking at
led a career high 88 laps tonight. He's in the wall right out of the gate. This is what happened.
Watching along from Austin Cindric's truck, you see, watch this little wiggle. It looks like that left rear tire was down to me, Michael.
Yeah, it maybe was a rub. Maybe someone got into him racing side to side, and it just had a leak, and it finally blew out, and around he went. And man, I talked about the 150-mile-an-hour speeds. When something goes wrong like that, there's nothing the driver can do.
Down at turn number 3, and it sticks, and he's able to clear. Oh, trouble again.
Cindric and the 18 of Gregson.
Two drivers that will be running full-time next year in the Truck Series.
You know, that has every look of what we talked about earlier, Phil. A truck getting loose on the inside. A couple of guys with not a lot of experience. Gregson making his first start here in the Truck Series. They were running back in the 14th, 15th position when the contact or the spin happened. Be interesting to see if they did indeed get loose on the bottom of the track.
It looked as though the trucks had significant damage.
See, Matt tipped on the bottom. Looked like Gregson got a little bit loose. He was the truck in the middle, the 18 truck. He jumped up into the outside, into the 2 of Austin Cindric.
When you're down on the bottom and someone hits you, it will make you looser. And that, you know, the air just moves these trucks around, and Cindric slid up into the 8. Go down to the corner, and that means he's going to have them on the outside as they get to 3.
What a great run off the corner by Suarez. He actually clears, and we have yet another caution flag. Tommy Joe Martins is around. He's made some contact with somebody.
Roll to the bottom. Roll down.
Oh, a heavy hit.
Right behind the door on that 44 truck. Take another look at it. You see, he's going to be on the outside of a 3-wide situation. Almost a carbon copy of the first incident with Austin Cindric and Myatt Snyder. Truck made it 3 wide, getting down in turn number 1, and unfortunately, Tommy Joe Martins pays the price.
I think that was the 66 of Austin Wayne Self.
Yeah, you're going to see it right here, Vince. Look, the 66 makes a dive into that first turn. There was nowhere for him to go.
And Dominique Van Werrigen in that 0-2.
Hard racing right here. Ben Rhodes, the 41 truck, right behind this.
Oh, they're going to make contact.
Oh, they do. It's Abreu and Gralla into the wall.
Yeah, that didn't shape up well from the beginning. When they got down in turn 3 and 4, rubbed closely together, and then no room when they got to 1. See what I talk about here. There's a bit of a move to side draft right there, and then breaks away from him. But Gralla just dove for the corner, and there wasn't room there.
Yeah, it looks like Kaz maybe was going to crowd Rico a little bit, get down in the corner and make contact. Austin Cindric has been behind every incident we've had on the racetrack, it seems like. Here he is yet again.
Oh, man, that's a wild shot. And
sparks flying once again as everyone cutting the corner. Oh, into the wall hard. 88. That's the 88 of Alex Bowman. And fire from underneath the hood.
Looked like there were sparks going, like perhaps his left front was flat.
Yeah,
he said something broke. Yeah.
He was running 14th. And when that last caution came out, there was actually some contact between the 88 and the 97 of Josh Bilicki. You see, Alex Bowman has climbed out of the 88, but this was earlier. This was the last caution. Watch this.
Yeah, Bilicki is really slow in that white 97, and here comes Bowman, and just kind of was going so much faster than Bilicki. Didn't expect Bilicki to be turning left, and they made contact, so it's hard to believe that that didn't have something to do with this. Right there, you can see, obviously, sparks flying out from underneath it.
And guys, they said that there was no real damage on that right rear from that contact earlier with the 97 car, and they said, the spotter said just now, I think that the right rear is still up when it was going into the wall. So they don't think the right rear went down to cause that accident. They do think something broke on the race car.
Yeah, it looks like the left front. It looks like you see the sparks, see everything coming off the left front tire. So I don't think that contact had anything to do with it.
Well, no interliners. So when that tire goes flat, the car goes right on the racetrack.
That's the first bad thing that's happened to Alex Bowman. He's on the pole for the Cup race tomorrow.
What is he doing wrong? I don't think the 20 deserves to put a bumper on him at all.
The 07. It's Ray Black Jr. that has stopped on the track and brought out the caution. This is the 4th caution. I mean, that was aggressive driving there by Eric Jones. Just past the halfway point, he's got to think about how close he is to making it into the championship 4.
That's what we're talking about. What's the right thing to do? Do you drive the way you always drive, or do you try to be conservative? And it's a difficult decision for these drivers to make. I say you drive the way you normally drive. I believe you have to go and give everything you can give, because who says you're not going to have a bad pit stop? Who says something else isn't going to happen? I think you need to be smart but aggressive.
Right.
Another tire failure, don't you think?
Yeah, that's a
big hit.
That's a heavy angle to hit at.
You wouldn't think that was brake heat, though. We hadn't run long enough that run for brake heat to cause that.
No, but these restarts are so crazy. You know, we'd have to go back and see perhaps if there was.
He had a lot of time to anticipate hitting the wall. Right front tire went down. Good to see him climb out of that car. I'm sure he'll be disappointed, though. They were gambling. They were trying to figure out how they could make it, how they could get into the championship 4. They knew it was going to have to take a win. As we look at the replay,
see, he's already up the racetrack, and sparks coming out from underneath it. You know, we heard about them coming back and putting tape on the brake ducts, you know, taping them off more. You have to wonder.
Yeah, I mean, the 11 takes a left to try to pass the 22. I'm sure he didn't mean to hit the 6, but simply he's the cause. This will show it clear as day. The 6 is inside the 11.
Clear.
The 11 turns left.
Trying to get a caution.
That is a hard shot.
Yeah, it's pretty clear right there. The Blake Cook had a run off the turn 4 and didn't check his mirror, didn't know he was there, and just turned left. And Darrell Wallace did nothing wrong whatsoever. So disappointing night too. They ran really well.
They did, and Jeff, but we talked about this. Where the spotters are located here, these cars are coming directly at them. So I'm not sure if there's a depth perception issue. Like coming at them, the spotter knows the 6 is inside the 11 as far as right to left, but where front to back? Like just because he's a lane below doesn't mean he's to the rear.
Racetrack, a dog leg on the backstretch. Denny Hamlin already diving below the yellow line. It's legal sideways as the 22 and the 42. 42 continues sideways. The caution comes out. Trevor Bayne goes around in the 6. Kyle Larson was around. The 22 of Joey Logano seemed to have saved it, but the caution comes out before they even got back to the start-finish line.
This racetrack, when you first start on a run, whether it's practice or in the race, it is slick. We're out here in the desert. It gets sand on it. Very, very slick racetrack at the beginning of races. You see right here, the 22 jumps on the outside of the 42 of Kyle Larson. They enter turn 3. Kyle Larson gets loose immediately on corner entry, has to go up the racetrack, gets in the side of the 22 of Joey Logano. I don't think any damage. I think Joey moves along, no problem whatsoever. Right there, you can see
adjustments, Marty. Kevin Harvick had one word at the end of that run, Dave. He said, unbelievable. Just in disbelief about how poorly the 4 car is handling wedge adjustments on both sides and big adjustments on both sides to free that car up. But a problem on the left rear getting it on. Dave, cautions on the racetrack now.
Caution has come out. The 42 of Kyle Larson spun trying to get on pit road.
Yeah, I think Ryan Newman and Larson, I think trying to get on pit road. Had a lot of cars getting on pit road at the same time. And I think Newman gets into the back of the 42. You see Newman has the car locked up trying to get slowed down and just didn't get slowed down. Ends up spinning the 42. Lucky none of them got into that wall.
Newman hit the commitment cone. Kyle Larson didn't get to the commitment line, turned around, went back. Around goes the 3 of Austin Dillon.
I think the 48 is in it as well. 48 has some issues. Smoke coming out of the back of the 48 down the back stretch.
.48 slow and on the apron.
Here's your pit box. We'll get a quick look at it.
See some heavy damage on the nose of the 48. This is the exact reason why the 41 should have topped off. He could have had more fuel, Rick. This caution may have been enough to get him to the finish. But you see some heavy damage on the nose.
Huge damage there as they checked up.
And 3-car had obviously some sort of an issue. He was slowing way down and turning to the left, and Greg Biffle got into the back of him, and then 48 got into the back of him. So
running 19th and 20th, the 78 and the 31. Take a look at what happens.
The 31 was underneath the 78. I'm not sure from that view. I'm not sure if 78 came down or the 31 got into it. Very hard to see. Mike.
And Matt Kenseth on pit road right.
He has a chance at the championship. The caution comes out. The 95 into the wall. There will be a restart, and it is going to go to overtime.
And what do you do? Who's going to pit? Who's going to stay out?
Michael McDowell in the 95, hard into the wall. The right rear tire is down. Right front tire down as well. 19 cars on the lead lap. Bowman trying to block. He gets into the 20. The 20 slides. The 18 goes by. The caution hasn't come out yet. Now it does. The 20 of Kenseth into the wall. The 18 of Kyle Busch was trying to get beneath the 88 of Alex Bowman. Bowman was blocking. He went down low. When he came back up the racetrack, he got into the 20. And now Kenseth with a destroyed race car. Jason Ratcliffe can't believe it.
All right, guys, be ready.
Take a look at the restart.
Yeah, we talked about having a difficult time, keep from spinning your rear tires. Looks like Bowman did not launch very well. Kyle Busch made a move. Bowman went to block. I don't know. From that view, it almost looked like the 20 came down.
I mean, the 88 had the wall to his left. This would be another good shot at. Exactly right, though, Jeff. The 88 spins the tires. He's blocking 18, being aggressive, has to protect that position. He successfully blocks here, but he's as low as he can be. The 20 definitely comes down the track. The question is, what kind of speed was the 88 carrying? Was it too much speed to make the corner? I can't tell from that angle.
And where are the spotters here?